Hey guys, welcome to my fully in-depth cybersigilism tutorial. I'm mostly making this video because I feel like the style is really gatekept and there's not a lot of tutorials online about it. Whether you're a tattoo artist or a graphic designer or a clothing designer or are just interested in learning the style, I think you'll definitely leave this video feeling less intimidated. All throughout the video, I'm going to be using various brushes and tools specifically made for cybersigilism from my brush pack, and it's linked in my bio. So one thing that was really key in helping me to understand the style was that cybersigilism is just a bigger picture composed of repeatedly used elements. For example, this drawing, or the bigger picture, is, if you look closely, made up of very similar shapes or elements. So you may be wondering, but what are they? The first one is quite simply just a curl. And personally, I like to make this part more round just because I feel like it's more pleasing to look at. The second one is also pretty simple, and it is a spike. You'll often see these in rows, and personally I like to make them more slim and pointy rather than thicker. Sometimes I like to make the bases of these spikes almost kind of rounded and knobbly because I feel like it simulates the appearance of a tree stump or like a tree branch or something like that. Alright, so now that we've got that basic piece of knowledge out the way, it's going to be a lot easier to go about creating the bigger picture. Most of the time before I start drawing, I like to create a guide to help me know kind of where the drawing's going, and then I just turn the opacity down. So one trick I have to creating ornate gothic details is to take a curl and flip it so that it creates almost like an M shape on the side. And this, I believe, really helps to create that ornamental gothic look that cybersigilism tends to have a lot of the time. Now, using those techniques, the curls, the spikes, the M-shape technique, you'll find that it's a lot easier to go about creating a design like this. Alright, so this is going to really come together when we finally add shading. And for this whole section, I'm going to be using the green shader from my brush pack that I mentioned earlier. One trick that I like to use to get a realistic style with these abstract kind of tribal sigil style shapes is to really accentuate the round spherical look of the knobbly tree stump looking areas of the drawing that I was talking about earlier. Okay, so this next step is honestly where the real magic happens. To create complete symmetry, first you're going to save your drawing that you have as a PNG, and then open a new canvas and import that drawing. Then scale your drawing down to about halfway down the page, and open your blending options and set it to lighten. Duplicate the layer, flip it horizontally, and you should have a fully symmetric piece. I find this part really, really satisfying. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you learned something. Bye guys!